How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dale Carnegie's classic bestseller, which has sold millions of copies and still running really strong even in the 21st century. Why? Who doesn't want to become an influencer? If you look at youngsters, sabhi ko influencer banna hai. And who doesn't want winning friends? 10 powerful lessons from this classic bestseller as a summary for you. Remember, this summary should not be a reason of not to read this book. Primarily, this should be the reason for you to pick a copy of this book and start reading. Let's begin. The first one. Don't do these 3 C's. Criticize, condemn, or complain. Who likes to listen to criticism? Who likes to be criticized? Who likes to listen to complaints? For example, let's say if Ramesh is late to the office. Rather than just criticizing कि आप हमेशा late आते हो and complaining, try to have the empathy कि क्या हुआ? Are you stuck up in traffic? How can I help you? Is it something which you are dealing with? Ask him with empathy if everything is alright, and you'll really start to develop that winning personality. Number 2, give honest and sincere appreciation. Who doesn't like to get the appreciation? But generally what happens, because in our mad rush to achieve our goals, we sometimes take things for granted. For example, if Neha has supported you in your project and your goals, take a moment out and acknowledge Neha. Say, hey Neha, your work was invaluable and it has really helped me to achieve my goals on a fast track basis. Number 3, arouse in the other person an eager want. See, human beings will only take action if there is an adequate motive behind it. There are 9 different motives which motivate people to take action. And if you really want to understand these 9 motives, then there is a separate video which I have created on my YouTube channel. Go on that particular video and you'll see how you can really start to build that desire and have the motivation to take actions. Number 4, become genuinely interested in other people. See, if you are interesting, people will not like you कि ये अपनी बात कर रहा है. But if you're really interested in other people, you listen to them with empathy. For example, meeting a new colleague at work. Let's say Ananya joins your office. You can start to build a connection with Ananya by asking Ananya, what are your hobbies? What are your interests? That builds that connection. Become interested in other person rather than just being interesting. Number 5, smile. Smile is your best weapon to develop that winning personality and to win friends and influence people. Really start to have that smile on your face when you speak, when you greet, when you say good morning or good evening. That really starts to build that connection, that really starts to get that warmth around you, and people will really start to like you. You will win friends and really start to influence them. Number 6, remember and use other people's names. Remember, for you, the sweetest word in the entire dictionary is your name. And when I remember your name and speak out with you, addressing you with your name, you really start to feel that connection कि ये मेरा नाम याद रख रहा है. That really starts to build that connection. People will get influenced and you start to win friends. Be a good listener. Most of the time people don't listen. They are just waiting to get a chance to reply. And that is where people don't get that connection. Understand this. We hear with our ears, but we listen with our emotions. And when you really start to build that empathy of really listening, that's where the connection starts to happen. That's where the empathy starts to happen. People are actually dying to get listened. If you look at any person in the office or maybe your age-old parents or maybe kids, सभी जन एक ही complain करते हैं, मेरी कोई सुनता नहीं है. And when you start to listen to them, that's where you really start to get the connection and you'll become a winner in life. Number 8. Talk in terms of other people's interest in life. For example, if your boss is a huge cricket fan, relate your presentation strategies with cricket, and that's going to get that connection built in over here. For example, let's say your boss is in stock markets, then you can use stock market examples for building that camaraderie, that kind of connection and bonding. So always focus on what is the other person's interest and bring that in your communication and conversation. Number 9, make other people feel important. And I learned this from my mentor Earl Nightingale, and he said that when you speak to a person, he or she should be the most important person for you. Why is that? Because for that other person, he or she is the most important person. So when you start to communicate with people, feel them important, make them important, even when you are acknowledging their credits to others. For example, in a social gathering, you can acknowledge other person's wins and gains and make that person feel important. Remember, it should be genuine, it should not be a fake. And number 10, avoid arguments. So you will have people around you whose ideas are not matching with you. But you can actually conclude by saying this, that we agree to disagree. Yeah, because there's agreement even in that disagreement. So you avoid that heated argument and you're still having that bonding, that wavelength is matching. Fine. I'm agreeing to disagree with this particular aspect. That's absolutely fine. To conclude this powerful 10 points, if you practice on a daily basis and make it as your way of being, that's going to give you a lot of power to not only win friends, but to influence people around you, your family members, your associates, your colleagues, your teammates. You can really start to influence people, become a leader in your industry. These are timeless principles. Which is your favorite principle which you're going to apply? Put in the comment box. Like this particular video, subscribe to our channel, share this video if you found value. Let's get ready to win friends and influence people. Let's get ready to think and grow rich. Thank you so much.